Set to kick it off from Tampa. Off we go with the 2012 Outback Bowl. Brandon Boykin will field it at the 2. And the senior from Fayetteville, Georgia, across the 25. Dogs are late to the party there on offense, or defense, I should say. And Cousins with a first down throw. That could be a safety. Did the ball break the plane? It did not. A safety. Brandon Boykin with the tackle of Keyshawn Martin. They throw a lot of bubble screens, and Boykin, who looks like he injured himself on that play, tackles Martin there inside the end zone, and it's a safety.
Well, Todd Grantham, the defensive coordinator, told us there'll be no bubble screens in this football game. Watch the left corner, number 2, Brandon Boykin. Recognize it. He's going to fire away and beat a block and make an impact tackle backed up for the Georgia defense. Boykin can do a lot of things for this Georgia football team. He's an excellent returner. He's played offense, and he's a top-flight corner. Well, there's a loaded box. They're going to throw the bubble screen out to the wide side of the field, and Boykin makes an impact tackle for a safety. You see Cummings come across in motion. You can only block one Bulldog. The other one's got to make the tackle, and Georgia does an excellent job in one-on-one tackling situations. That's why they're a top-5 defense, Mike.
Final Georgia game, a bowl game, played all 60 minutes for the victory. That's B.J. Cunningham, the all-time leading receiver in Spartan history. But he's shy of the first down, so that's another 3 and out. And another kick. Going back to the 5 to take it is Boykin getting out of space. Look out. Boykin needs some space. He's got the far side. One block away is Boykin across midfield. Breaking free. A spectacular touchdown.
His draft status just changed, Mike. He hit that like a rocket. Reverses his field. Finds a lane, and he is gone. Brandon Boykin. Not many players in SEC history have returned to football better. And a lot of it he does on his own. But what tremendous vision, open field elusiveness, and flat-out finishing speed. Michigan State got to be careful.
Boykin, who has 4 career kickoff returns for touchdown. One of 3 men in the SEC's history to do that. That time brings up punt back 92.
Sometimes when you're a coach, I used to say, put your heels at the 10 and do not return it inside the 10. I never coached Brandon Boykin, no. He obviously has the green light to pick it and get with it. That's a great return by Brandon Boykin. He hasn't been quite as productive this year, Mike, because opponents have been kicking the ball away from him because of his tremendous resume. But remember, Boykin causes a safety early in this game, and he just returns the ball 92 yards for a touchdown.
And a terrific player as well, and Brandon Boykin, who's changed the game with a safety and a punt return. And we take a look at him in our expert breakdown brought to you by Farmers Insurance.
Well, 3 big plays in the first half, and Boykin's made 2 of them. Here he is at left corner. He sees Keyshawn Martin coming across in motion. Cunningham blocks one Bulldog, and Boykin says, I'll take 2 points. Then he returns a punt inside his own 5-yard line. He goes to his left, back to his right. He sees the lane, and he turns on that speed. And it's a huge impact play in special teams. Watch his Cam Newton Stretch Armstrong celebration he does. Georgia's got some firepower.
4 different ones who started the last 5 games. Spartan offense. Nothing happened in the first half. Starts the same way in the second half. And guess who? Brandon Boykin gets Le'Veon Bell for a loss of 3.
Well, he's a primary support player. They're playing 2 deep zone, and watch him just come off your right side, and he's unblocked. Boykin might be the MVP of this game, Mike. Terrible way to start the second half. Michigan State has had way too many plays go for negative yardage, and most of them on early downs.
Only the 4th snap in Georgia territory. Bubble screen was covered. Tried to still get it to Keyshawn Martin. It was incomplete. And you see the speed of Georgia, and that pride won. No bubble screens today.
Oh, I love it. You take away a big part of Michigan State's pass defense. I think Boykin's the nickel cover guy in the slot right here. He presses, he gets off a block. They're just ready for the quick bubble screens that Michigan State utilizes.
Deepest penetration of the afternoon for the Spartans. And into Keyshawn Martin. I get Joel Foreman to pull for him, but again the speed. And again Boykin, gain of just one.
Boykin. Hate to get too excited about this guy.
Go ahead, knock yourself out. Come on.
That ball's bouncing all the way out to the perimeter. You got to get off a block, and then go make a tackle. Look at this formation.
They have not run the ball effectively against Michigan State today. Trying to do it, Brandon Boykin, who's done everything else today. Boykin runs for a first down. It was Boykin in the opener in the Georgia Dome against Boise State on the first run of his career and took it 80 yards.
Yeah, he's not coming out of the game either. Boykin on an underneath handoff, picks up his pulling guard, bounces it to the outside, gets a first down. Boykin already caused a safety, returned a punt for a touchdown. That time he just picks up a first down as a running back.
Brandon Boykin's the back. The star of the day for Georgia other than King. 3rd and 12. Look at the Boykin. Here's Boykin in the 5. Boykin's in the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs. Oh, what a day.
How do you play offense, defense, and return punts 90 yards for touchdown at this level of football? We're learning a lot about Brandon Boykin. He comes right out of the backfield, and you're going to see him just surge right down the middle. No one covered him.
He has scored on a safety. As on Michigan State's very first play, he tackled Keyshawn Martin in the end zone. Then he had an Outback Bowl record 92-yard punt return for touchdown. And there catches the touchdown. Second receiving touchdown of the year. Now leading by 5, Georgia will go for 2.
Take a look at Brandon Boykin in case you just joined us. Early in this game, he forces a safety with a great open field tackle. How about this catch on a punt return? Inside his own 5-yard line. He shows you his stuff. A 92-yard punt return. He's made tackles in the open field against big backs, and just now he comes out of the backfield on offense and scores a touchdown to give Georgia the lead.
Now trying to defend Kirk Cousins in the offense, and here they come. Le'Veon Bell with a completion. Well, no matter what happens in this overtime, I think it's a pretty clear vote for who was, in our eyes, the standout player of this game. Made plays all over the field for Georgia. Started the game on Michigan State's first offensive snap with a safety as he tackled Keyshawn Martin in the end zone. Then the longest punt return or longest play in Outback Bowl history, Brandon Boykin, a 92-yarder, and then a reception touchdown. And so Brandon Boykin, the senior, is our Capital One player of the game. A man who thought he'd be a star. He has mom practice with him, interviewing him with a pencil, replacing the microphone. We'll be interviewed a lot about his performance in this bowl game.